Hey y'all, I wanted to go back and tell y'all about my therapy session. So it's a story that I haven't said, I don't think. But anyway, when I was like maybe 14, I had Anton. Um, Sarah Gibbons, my dad, Calvin Gibbons, most of the family was drug dealers. And the opposing family was Hines. So, some kind of way, Hines and his crew found out that Calvin was storing all the drug money and all the drugs at 1419 Midland Ave, Syracuse, New York. So they broke in. The only people that was there, very mysterious. The only people that was there was me and my son. We was laying in the bed asleep. And I was told by one of the I'm not gonna say his name because it's none of my business, but I was told by one of the boys that broke into the house and destroyed every room in that house except for my room. The first time they came in, the door was unlocked, and the person said they seen me and my son in the bed sleep, because we slept hard, because we rolled hard. I mean, we was outside all day long trying to get away from the Gibbons. And they broke into the house, destroyed the whole house except for my room. So Sarah said to my dad, "Nigga had something to do with this." I had no fucking clue. I didn't even know the motherfuckers was up in there till they woke me the fuck up. That's how hard I had sleep when I was young, because I had been through a lot. And the second time they broke in, same motherfuckers, I had my door locked. So because I was told to sleep with my door locked, not by Sarah, not by my dad, by somebody in the streets. So I knew when the second time they came, they was gonna come. I didn't know when. But I knew they told me sleep with your door locked, because the first time was a gift. It ain't gonna be that way the second time. So when I went to bed, I locked the motherfucking door. I brought everything up in my room that I needed, and I didn't come back out. That's what I was told to do. So they broke in the second time and they stole drugs, money, safe. I don't know what the fuck they stole, but they tore that motherfucking house up. And my dad decided that I needed to move out of the house because of Sarah, but I really need to move out of that house because me and Sarah was beefing, but I really need to move out of the house because they kept breaking in and he didn't want me and my son to die, for them to find the drug money and the drugs. That's really why my father kicked me and my son out. Will it ever be the truth? No, my dad's dead. So is Sarah. But he was discussing one of the Hines boys and what the word on the street was, that, I need to get out of there because they're going to continue to keep breaking in the house and take every motherfucking drug money, every motherfucking drugs that Calvin Gibbons and Sarah Gibbons had. And when I moved out, I never had nobody break into where I lived at 731 West Fayette Street over the bar. I never had nobody break into my house. Nobody ever came over there and said nothing. The only person ever came up there and did drama was them damn Gibbons and them damn Deans. Ever since, and whenever they came over, that's when the fuck the drama came. But them Hines boys, they never came over there to 731. They broke in there, but they always broke in 1419 Midland Ave, Syracuse, New York, 13205. And that's what I cut off on the video because I said some names and I'm not supposed to be putting that out there. That's none of my business, because he told me first time they broke into the house, he covered me and my son up and spared us. The second time I knew to lock my door, and that's why they broke in, tore the whole motherfucking house up, and my dad moved us out of the house because he thought they was gonna kill us because he wasn't there. He was either at the bar or at a woman's house. He didn't give a damn about Sarah. that was a business proposition because Kelvin sold drugs, so they was using each other. And Kelvin Gibbons ain't ever gonna be shit because, he got arrested at his baby funeral. Nigga ain't never gonna be shit, but I'm just telling you what the fuck I've had on there. And the story is for real. That was when I was 14 years old. So, the Hines boy told me that, he was told to kill me. And because I was so young, so new, my baby was so new, he said he couldn't do it. So, they got word to me that every time you go up in that motherfucking house, when you go up in that room to go to bed because you sleep so motherfucking hard, but you better lock that motherfucking door. And we coming in there. Now, they could have came through the motherfucking door, all that, but they chose not to. They knew there was no drugs in there because I had a baby in there. They knew there was no money in there because I had a baby in there. But that don't mean it was true. But the first time they came up in there and I was asleep, they checked it out and they couldn't find none, but that don't mean there wasn't none in there. I don't know. I know when me and my dad moved down south and Sarah had the house. And then they came down south and I ran from their motherfucking ass because they was evil. They took everything they could. Her, Roosevelt, the Deans and the Gibbons, they got together because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So the Gibbons knew that the Deans wasn't my friend. It was my enemy. So they got together and took the money and stuff. But God is good because my dad had a secret bank account. And Roosevelt, Sarah Gibbons, Patty Dean, I don't even know the motherfucking name, Jerry Dean. None of them motherfuckers knew about. And I got that money. Richard Bentley didn't know about it. Nobody knew about it. And I didn't tell them because I didn't trust none of them motherfuckers. So, they didn't get it all. They thought they did. They got sneaky. They only put notifications in the newspaper in Alabama. They didn't put the notification in Syracuse, New York. And they knew where I was at. And then Roosevelt, Patty, Shawana Dean, and Richard Bentley tried to get me to sign these papers like I'm a fucking dummy. And I never would sign them. So, none of them motherfuckers is no good. I got stories for motherfucking days, and I'ma always tell the motherfucking truth. Fuck them all. But they never meant me no good. Most of them motherfuckers dead now. The motherfuckers that's still alive, they on their motherfucking way. So, yeah. That's the story that, will stop. But I always told the Hines boy, thank you. I appreciate you. But he didn't save me because of Turner. He didn't save me for the Gibbons. He didn't save me for none of that. He saved me because of the nigga I was fucking with. It's always about that coochie, baby. I was giving that coochie to a nigga. And that's why I was saying, because he knew I was giving that coochie to that nigga. It wasn't because of my dad. They didn't give a fuck about Turner. They didn't give a fuck about them Gibbons. Damn sure didn't give a fuck about them fake-ass Deans. It was because of the nigga I was fucking with at the time. He was more power than all them motherfuckers. So, that's the story. I just wanted to tell y'all. Clary Felder wasn't shit. I had a nigga before Clary that had so much motherfucking money, so much motherfucking power, and take Clary Felder and all his issues out. He was low life. It's just the truth. Clary had no power like that. Clary never was nothing. Nobody ever thought he was ever anything but what the fuck he was, a criminal. The other baby daddy, though, I thought highly of him, and he was the same motherfucking nigga, criminal, drug dealer, but he just died. He didn't get the chance to change his ways and everything, because he died. But, I was saving that room because of the nigga I was fucking with. Not because of Sarah, not because of the Gibbons, the Deans or Turner. It's just the truth. So you gotta realize what the truth is when it is. And yeah, so that's the story. I'm sticking with it. I'm putting 10 toes down on it. And it's a lot of shit about them Givens and them Deans. Clary, not the Felders, just Clary. That I still haven't told because it'll come up when it come up, and therapy is coming up. So every time from now going forward, I'm going to show you everything. It just said I couldn't say that baby's name. That's not my place to say. I don't know where the fuck he at. I haven't spoken to him in years. It ain't my business. But I know they robbed 1419 Midland Ave more than once. And my dad had to move me the fuck up out of there. Because he didn't want them to kill me. But he didn't know. I was fucking with a real nigga. If that nigga wouldn't have died, I would have got back with him, actually. I'd have never met Clary. No. But my dad didn't know I was fucking with a real nigga. He found out though, but once he found out, he ruined it. He stood in my damn way. As usual, he always did some bullshit to make it my life worse. They never did nothing to make my life better. Once he was disappointed in me, everybody just sent me black sheep to the corner, and they did any and everything to make my life worse. Yes, my father loved them to death. Did anything he could to help them children while he was alive. If he would have stayed alive, I don't know what could have happened, but I believe he was murdered by the Gibbons and the Deans for the money. And they say Roosevelt used his money to help him with his cancer, which ate his ass up at the end, and he didn't get a chance to do what he was supposed to do. Karma is a motherfucking bitch. And I hope karma reach all they motherfucking asses sooner or later, but that's what I believe. He was murdered. I ran the fuck away from down south when Sarah and her clan came down there because I knew them motherfuckers wasn't good people. Sarah and her clan was not good people that came down the fuck south. I knew it. Everybody knew it. I got the fuck from down there. And I told my dad, yo, you letting that bitch come down here? And then after he said she was coming down there, he just started acting funny. I took his motherfucking car to the bus stop. And I left that motherfucker there. And I went and stayed with Clary's mom in Birmingham, Alabama. And then from Birmingham, Alabama, Sarah and my dad came over there for the 4th of July to come get my sons. And I told them, you can't take my son, but you could take my girls. So my girls went to the cookout, and my son stayed there with me. Because I thought Sarah was going to kill my son. Poison him or something. I really did. I didn't trust that bitch worth for nothing. And then once they brought my girls back, I had a dude I was fucking with drive me back to Syracuse, send me back in a car. I left everything. I never should have went back to Syracuse, but I did. Because I had to get the fuck away from them Gibbons. And once I got back to Syracuse, I ain't have no problem with them. And then, right before my dad died, he came and visited me in Syracuse, New York. Him and Sarah, and I couldn't get to talk to him because she was sitting right there. She was always there, God blocking. And then he called me for his birthday,